Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I have a small book haul that I wanted to go over with you. I wanted to get this in before we got some big old storms coming our way, so I wanted to take care of this and get it out of the way. So I'm going to post these aside and we will start. All right, so the first one that I have is a field guide to butterflies and moths. It is, sorry, trying to get my ruler. It's not that old. It is a paperback. I do believe that there are hardcover versions of this out there also, and I think they are bigger. This was published in 1999, so not exactly vintage, but still quite a bit of age on it. The papers are, what, 5 by 7.5, so once I get them out of the book, this will fit great into a journal. The only thing that I did see on this one was like the first 88 pages, I believe it was. Yeah, the first 88 pages is just text, so kind of a waste. But then after that, it starts with the plates, and there's some beautiful butterflies to be fussy cut. And then the backside is words. So you could cut them out for tags or something, or leave them on a 2-page spread so that half of it is going to be something you could, cover over, and the other half is going to be butterflies and etc. Got some beautiful colors, and just, I mean, how many butterflies do I have there? I mean, like, come on. Like, I don't think I'll ever run out of butterflies. So I'm sure I'll be adding these, some pages to my Etsy store to share the wealth on these. The paper is a tad bit glossy, but not really. It has a bit of a shine to it. So it's not too bad. Some good old moths, lots of browns, lots of earth tones. Ooh, pretty blues. And then you got some of the caterpillar versions on there. Wow, pretty blues. So oranges, yellows, starting to look like moths too. I mean, look at those. Beautiful. I love them. So, and even some, I mean, look at how cute those caterpillars are. They would be so cute. Unfortunately, I do have my spring journal completed, that I have my rainbow one. So I can't add the pages, but I'm definitely going to go through some of these and fussy cut to add these butterflies to some of the tags and journal cards that I put in there. Just beautiful. Look at those. Butterflies are so pretty. I love them. All right, so what did I said? 88 was the beginning of the pages. These almost look like mosquitoes. They're tiny. All right, so it goes from 88 to 342, so 260 pages. Do my math quickly. Divided by 132 page spreads. Yeah, I think I'm going to be covered in moths for a bit. So like I said, definitely should be adding some of these pages to my Etsy store. Okay, next, get that out of the way. I have a field guide to mushrooms, and toadstools by Brian Pegler. This one is from 1990, so a little bit older. I love the shape of this book. It's definitely a fun shape. It is 8.5 tall, so perfect, by about 4.5. So wouldn't these be cute in part of a journal? So the beginning part is just a little bit of information, but then when we get to it, it goes, each page has some mushrooms on the sides with their descriptions, So you could leave them in the book and kind of cover a part of it if you want, or I can go through and fussy cut these mushrooms out of here. And there's so many different colors. I mean, a blue mushroom, come on. Just very cool. I'm not hitting every page here. True mushrooms and toadstools. But just chock full of so many mushrooms that can be cut out, or like I said, just I have it, it is not just glued in, it does have the string through there, so I'll be able to pull those pages out pretty good. Just beautiful mushrooms, so many. Fungi. Puffballs, stinkhorns, and relatives. Well, that's an interesting. That'd be interesting to put into a book. I mean, it's just such interesting colors they have here. So, yeah, so basically 180 some pages, because there wasn't too many in the beginning, of non-mushrooms. 180 pages. So, like 90 sets. So, definitely have some of these up into my store at some point too to share the wealth. So, Field Guide to Mushrooms and Toadstools by David Pagler. Very cool. Okay. Next book I have is a Reader's Digest Field Guide to the Wildflowers of Britain. It's coming apart on me here, but that's just going to make it easier to take apart. I love that green. Such a pretty green. Set of 3. I don't know what that means. I didn't get 3. This is from 1981, so we're moving back in time. All right, so this is quite the interesting book I saw. There's some beautiful spreads in here. I'll show you in a minute. It's about 7.5 this way by about almost 6, 5 3/4. So an odd shape. Might be hard to put it into a book going this way as a spread, but possibly to add and to fold over as a tuck page or something. You might have to take a look at that and see how it flows. But once we get into some of these pages, they have some items to fussy cut out of there, but then they also have these little photos of like the fields, hard to see, the fields of wildflowers. So that would be interesting to cut out to add to a tag or something. Each one has their own little picture. Big grouping of it, small bit of the flowers. So lots of fun stuff to go with it. But what I did see, I can find one of them here. So like I said, you got close-ups of the flowers, big versions, lots of little things that you can cut out of here. Leaves. All right, somewhere. Okay, anytime now. Okay, maybe it was in a different book that I found that had the spreads. Okay, so maybe I'm missing. It's a different book that has the spreads. Oh, it is a different book. Sorry. Okay, it's the next book. I'll show you in the next book. All right, stone crops. Undos. I'm just actually got some little bugs in there. All right, and this one appears also to be stitched in, so I should be able to get this apart pretty easily. forget-me-nots, just tons of photos and illustrations just to be able to cut and add. So very cool. Yeah, purple orchids, lots of orchids in the back. So yeah, so that is, oh, so the Reader's Digest Field Guide to Wildflowers. Okay, all right, so another Reader's Digest Field Guide to Butterflies and Other Insects. So this one does have a dust jacket on there, and the book, very cool book for it. Yeah, all right, so this one works similar to the other one, where there's lots of illustrations. The beginning part is just some information before we get to the actual butterflies. Now this is probably the same, about 7.5 by 5 or 6. Yeah, same size. So also this book has the photos along with the butterflies and some of their natural habitats. So like I said, you can cut those out to add to different areas. But what I really liked about this book, and look at those beautiful side versions and front versions. Even the butterflies on some leaves are very cool. I like those. Yay, monarchs. All right, look at all those to be fussy cut out, or the pretty illustrations with the leaves. I really like those. But what they have in here is these, hopefully when I split them they'll be good. And this one's in this where the stitching is. There's a 2-page spread that has some illustrations of sort of garden-like things. Look at the butterflies with the flowers, just very, very cool. Not just their standard butterfly, but here's the next stitched one with some trees. So very cool. Blue butterflies and orange. And here's the next one that's stitched in. Almost looks like a British mountain butterflies. Mountainside. Caterpillars. There we get to some moths here. I see the next one. So another spread with the illustrations for moths. Very cool. Dragonflies. I love dragonflies. I mean, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That would make a great page. Honeybees. Oh, look at the bee. And then we get to the insects. So we got some flies and some other beetles. Kind of creepy, the pictures, but the illustrations are very nice. And look at that. Those great colors on there. Even though there are beetles. Ooh, gives you the creeps a little bit. Okay. We might not be putting oh, ladybirds. Okay. And then some more in the back here. So, yeah, so definitely a different kind of book. Reader's Digest Field Guide to Butterflies. So, okay, so the last book is a little more different. It is on Wings of Song. It is a song book. They have the Star Spangled Banner, but unfortunately it is glued to the front cover, which is quite the shame. I do not see a date for this. I do not see a date, but it is definitely old. Could have Norma Wrightsell had this book. Anything in the back? Musical terms. Printed in the U.S. Oh my goodness. I can't get my fingers to move. No, alphabet on this. I did add one of these pages to my spring journal, which is right here. I added this one because it was called the Grasshopper, and it's my spring floral. And what's interesting is now that I see, I got my books with my insects and bugs. There were some grasshoppers in there. Be able to add a nice tie into that. But these pages were nice. I did a single one, as you can see, just top and bottom in there. So it was a nice little add-in. It is very brittle though, so I did have to put a washi tape on there to secure the center, but it seemed to work out pretty well for that. So so these books are, these songs are definitely old. Oh, there it is, copyright 1949. Okay, last print was 49. Okay, so from 1949, there is songs about farm life, songs of the USA, and then they also have songs from different countries. Denmark, France, Ireland, Italy, got Netherlands, Norway, Spain, China, Great Britain, and they get divided up by cowboy songs, party songs, songs with a melody, songs with percussion, festival songs, national and patriotic songs. So just, and then they have these interesting illustrations that go with it. I mean, Skip to My Lou. Who doesn't know Skip to My Lou, right? On Halloween night. How interesting is that? Shepherds and the owl and over the river and through the woods. To grandfather's house we go. I thought it was grandmother's house we go. Interesting. Okay. And then they got some Christmas songs. Our Little Town of Bethlehem, The Three Kings. It's just randomly what you find in here. It's just interesting. Some of those pictures are black and white. Some are colored. Young George Washington. Okay. Paris, Lord Jesus for America. Just some interesting songs you've definitely heard of and ones I haven't. So I haven't decided. Like I said, I have cut it apart to take one page out, so I definitely will be using it. Not sure if I will be selling any of them yet. But there's definitely a lot here. The Erie Canal. I haven't been able to go through and look at all these, but there's definitely some interesting ones in here. So, yeah. I have to go through and make sure there's nothing, since it's so old, nothing too not so nice. Because I thought I saw God Rest You, Merry Gentlemen. I thought I saw a not a good song in here. At one point, I can't run across it again though. But Yankee Doodle. So, all right. Well, that is my haul for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I hope you go out and have a creative day.